up guys, it is Justin here, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. This is part one of my Can I Rank a one-page micro-SaaS made on Lovable in a hard niche using only legit services. Legit services, I mean this platform here, which I do have a separate video about that, so do check it out if you are so inclined. So this is sort of a challenge I kind of decided, to kind of add publicly, I guess. And I will be fully transparent throughout. So let's take a look at what we're doing here. So like I mentioned, we're going to be building a micro tool and a one-page website using Lovable. So Lovable is a vibe coding tool where you basically type in a prompt and then it creates a website and a tool or an app or any kind of digital product really, all using AI. And you can tweak it and edit it. You can prompt as your heart desires. Although Lovable does get quite expensive if you want to do really large scale things. So in this case, we're going to be doing something a bit small. So I built a time blocking tool. Now, when I say I built, I prompted AI to build a time blocking tool. And this is quite a, I guess, simple tool, but the idea here is to make the website more SEO friendly, to add content, to add FAQs and structured data as well. So this website looks like a decent one-page website, nothing too fancy, but it is a really hard niche. So some of the competitors are, productivity apps and tools like Trello, and there's a few more other competitors out there. So I didn't cover that actually in this sort of little breakdown that I have so far, but I will be including that in future episodes. So like I mentioned, this is part one. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. We have the niche, we have the tool built already, so it's good to go, it's live. Hosting in this case does not cost anything, so I'll make a separate video on how you can connect Lovable to Cloudflare or Netlify for free. Granted it is a small application, so it's not too big and it's kind of low traffic at the moment. I'm not really sure what the ceiling is in terms of what the traffic potential is. But we have the primary keyword and we have the secondary keyword. So I've already done my keyword research, done it myself. So I didn't outsource that. The monetization strategy, I don't have one yet. So I'm thinking either to first monetize it with ads and might consider flipping it as well. So we'll see where it goes. At this moment, you could, if you want to do, add a premium service where users can sign up. That is completely possible with Lovable, but I have a full-time job, so I'm not really interested in dealing with customer service and that kind of thing. So ads or flipping is the idea here. So I want to make sure that I can at least rank for some of these keywords, and probably the primary keyword is going to be super tough to rank for. But even if I ranked for something like this, which is a long tail keyword, and a few of these get some traffic on these long tails, they're highly relevant to the tool itself. And the tool, I must say, is useful. I've prompted Lovable to go through as much as possible. You can ask it to review, and I also get ChatGPT involved because you export it basically to a GitHub repo, so you can have access to the files. But that's a bit technical. We can get to another video about that at a later stage. But really, Lovable is really simple. You can even host on their platform itself and just connect your domain that way. So it's really simple, really user friendly, and like I mentioned, this tool does work. I've tested it, so it is useful. Um, Features are not as elaborate as some of the massive tools out there, but it's free. It doesn't require any sign up. So ads is potential, and then with a proof of income, you can kind of flip it for a bit more. So far, Lovable, $20 a month. You can create a site and then not renew your account. You will always have access to the files if you connected to GitHub. Hosting, like I mentioned, $0. I'll show you how in another video. And then the domain is $10 per year. So before we get into the legit services, I must be honest, I never really thought about only using legit services. So there are a few links that I did build myself. So one of them is a Medium article on time blocking. The other one is Product Hunt, which gives you actually a free backlink if you have a tool. When I say free, I mean free to follow. I believe it is, or no, now I do see it might not be anymore, but anyway. So I also, what I was thinking as well is because with Lovable and even with ChatGPT, you can build Chrome extensions, and they can be fairly simple. The idea here is that I built a Chrome extension that kind of gives you a backlink. This is a do follow backlink on Google in the Chrome web store. So it's a much more simplified version of the Lovable app, but it really does a sort of job. So the idea here was not to make any money with the extension, but actually just to get this link right over there. So that is a little sort of tip, a little trick to be able to get a free backlink, free do follow backlink on Google itself, on the Google domain. So what I do then as well is just convert that into a extension for Firefox. That's also really easy. It's kind of the same framework as the Chrome extension, and like I mentioned, I don't use Lovable for that. I actually just use ChatGPT to build the Chrome extension. It's more than capable of doing that and making great extensions. For example, this extension that I'm pulling up right now is one that I built, simple word counter, and also an internal link checker. So just something that I always do if I'm building a website, just to get some strong backlinks, off the bat. So these were just some links I built myself, and then I decided to start buying some legit services. So what I have done so far is only these three things right over here. So we'll dive into those services. And I have left links to links in the description to these services, and I will be doing so as well throughout. So some of these I have used before, some of them will be new, but I always go on legit.com instead of any other kind of Fiverr or something like that. Those are just the quality is really bad. So what I have done so far, I started out with what's called social media SEO campaign, which is basically just a safer term for what is known as social signals. I think they're not legally allowed to call or sell social signals, but it's actually called social media SEO. So for just $6, I did a basic package, which is 22,000 Pinterest promotions, 100 Facebook promotions, and 2,000 Tumblr promotions. I don't know what promotions means. I think it's shares or whatever the thing is for each of the platforms. So I have already bought this service, and I got the results, and so it was, did what it said. I guess it's not going to move the needle in any way, but it does lay the foundation for a more safer link building campaign. So this is the first thing that I did. Then I moved on to foundation links. So these are something I always start off doing when I have a new website. These are basically like your social profiles, social media profiles, Web 2.0s, just a bunch of kind of basic foundation links is essentially what they are. And most of these links, if any, aren't going to index, but that's not really the point. The point is to create a foundation for stronger links later on, so it looks a bit more natural. So for $6, I got 100 foundation links. So let's add that to the cost. So we got foundation links, which was $6. And then what was the other one? We got social signals, which was also another $6. So far, a little bit of an investment. And then what I did was these links here, I bought a package of just 10,000. Do follow SEO backlinks. I didn't really know what that meant, but I actually bought this the idea is to actually boost your tier 1 links. So the idea was to boost these links, but mainly because these links haven't even indexed yet, and it's kind of strange to me that even a Google extension itself didn't index. So I got that to kind of move things along, but the quality of the blogs on this service, I must be honest, were really, really bad. Mostly spam, to be quite fair. So this was not a worthy service. I wouldn't really recommend this, but it was just something I tried. So instead, I'm going to be purchasing a link indexing service, which link index. There's a few of them. Great. There's a few of them that I have used before. I'm not sure if the one guy is active. It's Hatred. He usually sells PBN links, but I checked his profile out recently, and I think he hadn't been signed on for quite some time. So I couldn't find his service, but this one I have bought before as well, and I will probably land up buying from Keith again. $10, which is quite a bit more, to get 5 links indexed. But nowadays it's becoming a lot harder to get links indexed, so it's quite a necessary expense. So that will add another $10. And then we're going to be looking at some more powerful links, but those will come a bit later. I haven't got there quite yet. Mostly, funny enough, mostly niche edits. So link insertions from Chris, owner of Legit himself. Trust him. I trust him more than anyone. Online, basically. He is the best. So I highly recommend this. This will be quite expensive, but totally worth it. And then I'm going to be looking at some guest posts. I haven't quite decided yet. I will be browsing Legit to see what guest posts there are, and we'll see how far that gets us, and check in next time to see what the progress is. We can just take a look so far. You can see what the date was when it was launched, and really not much going on here. A few clicks here and there, but ranking it's not very high, but for some keywords, and it's an exact match domain, so perfect for a one page website, and they still do work. Besides what some people might say, they're actually quite powerful. especially for these kind of situations, like I mentioned, just a one-page thing. So definitely going to be checking out the progress next time and seeing some more services. I think when these index, things will move along a bit quicker, because right now super slow, but again, it's really early days, and we'll see if it's possible to reach some kind of success, let's say, with this project. So not really sure what the expectations are, but come along on the journey, and let's see where this takes us. So I've shared all the resources in the description below. Check them out, and really appreciate you sticking around. So see you guys in the next one.